Thank you. Come. Okay, at 1.2. Ach nee, toe. Kom. 1.2 says the points with coordinates -2 and 3, yada yada yada, lie on a straight line. Plot the points and draw the line. So let's quickly plot these points. Where x is -2 and y is 3. X is -2 and y is 3. So that should be over here. Do you guys see that? Okay. Then if x is 0 and y is 5, it would be that one. Then if x is 3 and y is 8, so that would be over here. Do you guys see that? Okay, now they want me to draw a line. Let's just take it a thicker line. Here too. I'm gonna do that. You might not have made your line as big as that, but it's fine. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Then at B. Can I skip? Maybe I should write this next to it. Can I carry on next to? Okay, so at B, they want me to get the gradient. Okay, and gradient would be difference in y over difference in x. So I'm going to use those first two coordinates. The one where it says -2 and 3, and the 0 and 5. Is that all right? Okay, so difference in y would be 3 minus 5 over -2 minus 0, which means that gradient would be -2 over -2. So gradient is 1. Any questions there? Okay, then at C, they're asking me, what is the intercept of the line? Where does it intercept the y-axis? The y-axis at 5. It intercepts here where y is 5. Do you guys see that? Okay, so I'm going to say where y is equal to 5. Okay, D. They're asking me to write down the equation of this line. Now, the equation of a straight line is always y is equal to mx plus c. Now, what did we work out? What is m? What is our gradient? 1. So I'm going to have 1x. And then where does it intercept? At 5. Any questions? The drawing of the graph could be 2. Working out of the gradient could also be 2. C will just be 1 mark and D will be 1, maybe 2 marks. Yeah? Okay. Any two coordinates on that line. Yeah. Can you? You mean, do you get marks for that? You're going to get a grid like I gave you here. Yes. Yeah. Shh, 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 shh. Right. Any other questions here? Can I skip? Oppraat. Hands up who is still copying. Let me see. Hands up. You're still copying? No one. Right. The next one. This is now 1.3. Okay. The points with coordinates all lie on a straight line. What is the gradient of the line? Ugh, I didn't even have to go and draw it. Okay, so this I can take away then. Right, A. (1.3a). I am going to use the following coordinates: -2, -6, and 0, 0. So gradient would be difference in y, so -6 minus 0 over difference in x, -2 minus 0, which means that it's going to give me -6 over -2, which is +3. If you went directly to the second and then the third, it would also be fine. Okay. B says, what is the intercept of the line? Huh. What? Yes? 0. Okay, because the y-intercept is where x is 0. Do you guys agree? Look at my coordinates given. Where's x 0? Do you see that? So it means that the y-intercept would be 0. So y is equal to 0. Okay, then C. The y-intercept will be where x is 0. So if you had this, then your y-intercept would be -2 because my x is 0. Okay, I can't just get my y-intercept from here because x is not 0. The whole point is we know that y-intercept, x will always be 0. Okay, you fine with that? Okay, then C. What is the equation of the line? Now, the equation of a straight line is actually y is equal to mx plus c. Okay. M, the gradient, short. The gradient we worked out was 3, so 3x. And now the c value is actually 0, so it should be plus 0. But you could just have written y is equal to 3x. Okay. Any questions? Now, the last worksheet on straight lines. People, and now you should be comfortable with everything about straight lines. Okay? Is about the horizontal and the vertical axes. Okay? We have done it before. I'll quickly skip back. Remember when we spoke about gradient, people? We said, and you can also page back in your notes. This is way back. There we go. Remember when we spoke about horizontal lines and vertical lines? Yes, ma'am. Okay. We said a horizontal line will have no gradient. Of not no gradient, gradient will be 0. Okay? Can you see that over here? Yes, ma'am. Over here? Gradient will be 0. No, because there's no incline. A gradient, we said, is the same as the incline. or the steepness of the hill. Okay. Yes. Okay. So when it's a horizontal line, gradient is equal to 0. Then we start actually having a gradient. But when we get to the vertical line, do we have a gradient there? No. Gradient is undefined when it's a vertical line. Okay. Right? Then we did do examples. We said a horizontal line, it only cuts through the y-axis, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And wherever it cuts through, like in this case, it cuts through at -3. So the equation of that line will then be y is equal to -3 because it only cuts through the y-axis. No. Okay. Do you want one where it cuts through the, if it's a vertical line? Okay. If it was a vertical line, it's only going to cut through the x-axis. So that equation would be x is equal to, and wherever it cuts through that line. It's not going to cut the y-axis because it's vertical. Okay, right. Now, I'm handing out a worksheet. Listen. There are 6 questions on it. People, listen. There's 6 questions on it. You can do the exam or do the questions on the page itself. All I want is the equation of those 6 lines. So it should not even take you 5 minutes. Okay, so very nice and easy. When you're done, please paste it in your book. I don't want any loose papers. And then that is it for the day. Thank you.